Race for the defending champion, Kiana Banks, as we get ready for the 7A girls 400-meter dash. Let's run through your lane assignments. Ashton Lindley will be in lane 1 out of Campbell. Lambert's George Smith in lane 2. Tamaya Roberts from McKeecher in lane 3. Sterling Lester from Marietta lane 4. Kendi Simon, we saw her a little bit earlier, from Westlake in lane 5. Amani Flanagan from Rockdale County in 6. In 7 is Walton's Amara Onekwu. And Duluth's Yasmin George is in lane 8.
Wow, this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so we have the returning champion is Simon out of lane 5. She is number 6 in the entire country of all 400-meter runners. Lester in lane 4 is the number 4 runner in the nation. So we have 2 400-meter runners in the top 6 in the entire country. Roberts is number 65 in the country, and then Jordan Smith out of lane 2 is number 42 in the nation. So, but pretty heavy favorites going to be lane 4 and 5. It's an interesting matchup. You have the returning champion, but then the fastest one coming in this year is Sterling Lester, number 4 and number 6 in the entire country. They are so fast.
Now, we saw some of these runners a little bit earlier. I believe Tamaya Roberts ran in the second leg for McKeecher. She ran the third leg in the relay race that we just watched. Lester and Simon ran the second leg. So that's interesting that we see the second and the third legs in this, not the anchors and not the front runners.
Yeah, a lot of the times the second leg, that people say, I've never measured it, but the second leg's the longest leg, quote unquote. So a lot of the times you'll see your 400-meter runners or your 200-meter runners running that longer leg for the second leg.
As the track official is giving the lane assignments for this. Again, after this is the third race. We'll do it for the girls. We'll have the boys in the 3 classifications coming up immediately after this one, as Smith and Lambert. Now, let me ask you this. We have all these programs that we know are powers in Georgia, your Westlake, your McKeecher, and your Marietta. Is there a program you're thinking of as a kind of like an up-and-comer that maybe these we're not really aware of, not really getting the publicity?
Sort of. Well, Westlake, just in the last 3 or 4 years, I would almost call them an up-and-comer. Archer is another school they're kind of been quietly building up over the last few years in 7A. I would say Westlake, some people would say they were already established. I would call them an up-and-comer compared to like the Southwest DeKalbs and all the historic type teams. Also in this event, we'll see later in the 200, Lindley, Roberts, Lester, Simon, and Onekwu, sorry. So we have 5 girls in this event that we'll see in the 200 later today. But yeah, lanes 4 and 5, 2 top 6 400-meter runners in the entire country.
Now, Westlake won 7A, both boys and girls last season, pulled off that double championship. What are the odds you think they can do it again?
I think they got a great chance to do it again. 7A is very unpredictable because it's so hard to score points in 7A. It's not like Class A. It's much more predictable. Closer races in 7A. This is going to be fun.
Well, Simon takes that early lead, but now she's going to be caught maybe by Roberts in lane 3 and also Lester in lane 4 as we get to the top of the backstretch heading into that final turn.
Wow. And
it seemed to be lane 4 is your player, Sterling Lester, as they make the turn into the home stretch. Lester is in front, a little bit ahead of Simon as they make that final turn, and it is sure enough Lester in front. Kendi Simon right behind her. Simon, does she have enough for a final kick? And she does.
Wow.
She'll pass Lester right in front of us. Now she's up by about 5 or 6 strides. Going into the final tape, it's going to be Kendi Simon with the victory, beating Sterling Lester. And the time of 52:52, if I'm reading that right.
52:52, that is the fastest time in the nation this year. That is unbelievable. 53:18 is also in the top 4 in the nation, but we just saw the fastest time run in all of America this year at 52:5, fastest time in the country. Unbelievable. Great race. Returning champion in the event. She had that experience and showed it today.
And she was behind as we got into the final turn going into the home stretch, but Kendi Simon with that last kick was able to get that victory and that record time for the year. Though, as you mentioned, Matt, the fastest time this season for Kendi Simon out of Westlake High School.
And the fastest time in America, which is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Returning champ, such a decorated athlete. Like I said, we'll see 5 of the girls from that event later in the 200 today. That's one of the best races I've ever seen.